Welcome back. This lesson is going to focus on the jaw. So go ahead and lie on your back, and you could place a pillow under your knees if you have one handy, or you have your knees bent or your legs straight, up to you. And while you're lying here on your back, just notice how much tension do you have in your jaw right now? Do you feel your teeth are kind of gritting together, or are they lightly and softly touching one another? Can you feel the breath coming in and out between your lips? And notice which way your nose is pointed. Is it pointed more to the right or more to the left? Imagine there was a line dissecting from the crown of your head between your eyebrows, middle of the nose, middle of the lips. Is your mouth more on the right side or the left side? Is your nose pointed more to the right or to the left side of that line? And which way are your eyes veering? Do you notice that they're veering more to the right or to the left? Also, notice how your shoulders are lying today. How high off the ground are your shoulders? And is it the same distance on the right side versus the left from the floor? How are your arms lying and making contact with the ground? Your fingers? And let's test your head and neck range of motion. So very gently roll your head just once to the right, bring it back to the center, and then same thing to the left. Now don't push it. Use minimal amount of effort. It's sort of like when you're rolling your head to the side, there's a point where it's a little bit more effort to roll it. So stop before that point. Okay. And then stop and pause in the middle and notice how far you got, because that will probably change with this lesson. And I'm going to invite you simply to drop your bottom jaw down. Like if we weren't using any of our musculature in our jaw and we're just allowing gravity to do its job, then what would happen with your bottom jaw? And invite it to softly open using minimal muscular effort. And notice, does that go in a straight line, or does it veer more to the right or to the left? Just notice when you allow your bottom jaw to drop, does it go straight down? And how many muscles in your mouth, in your jaw, in your neck do you use for this movement? Okay, let it go. Just take a rest. Notice how your breathing is becoming more full as you're dropping inward into your internal world of sensation and awareness. Now go ahead and let your bottom jaw drop open once again. You're going to drop the bottom jaw open and then slide the bottom jaw a few degrees to the left, not to the right, just to the left. The rest of your body remains more or less stationary. Do this several times. We all have habits
of the way we use ourselves.
Oftentimes, we even chew more on one side than the other. And this could affect many things, such as how we use the muscles in the neck and the face on that side. Okay, and let that go. Take a rest and just take a moment to observe, where is your jaw now in relationship to that imaginary line that transected your face, and in relationship to the rest of you, like your nose and your eyes.
For the next movement, your head is going to remain stationary, and you're going to simply drop your bottom jaw, allow your bottom jaw to part from your top. Slowly and smoothly glide your lower jaw in a straight line to the left and allow your eyes to follow without moving the head. And then bring both the eyes and the jaw back to the center. Do this several times. So it's the jaw that initiates the movement. The eyes come along, and then they both come back to the center, but the head remains stationary. Do this a few more times. And as you're doing this, notice if you can feel any movement happening in the back of your skull. Notice if you can feel any movement happening on the left side of your neck.
Okay, let it go. Just take a rest. So if you get confused, just think through the motion. Just thinking through the motion is just as effective as actually doing the motion, because it clarifies the motion in our brain map. So if you're doing it in a way that is uncoordinated, then it's going to work against you. And if that is the case, just simply think through the motion.
Go ahead and drop your bottom jaw. Take it in a straight line to the left. Allow your eyes to slowly and smoothly follow the line of the jaw to the left and allow your head to follow. And then bring the chin back and allow your eyes and your head to come back to the center. Allow your bottom jaw to fall open, and with using the least amount of muscle effort, slide your bottom jaw to the left. Allow your eyes and your head to go ahead and follow the lead of your jaw. Come back to the center and do that just a few more times.
And as you get the hang of this motion, you could go a little bit further with turning your head and neck to the left. Okay, and let that go. Okay, and as you come to the resting place, notice what differences you may feel. Now, if you take that imaginary line that's transecting your face even lower through your sternum and back, what parts of you are turned and twisted more to the left? of that line versus the right. How is the left shoulder and shoulder blade making contact with the floor compared to the right, even though we didn't do any movement of that area?
The next thing we're going to do is open your bottom jaw. Just allow it to drop open and notice if it goes in a straight line downwards. And then you're going to use your hand and hold your chin, hold your lower jaw in place. We'll call this a constraint. And then you're going to very gently roll your head to the left, keeping your eyes and your face soft, but your jaw stays in place, your lower jaw. So once again, just hold your lower jaw with your left hand, hold it stationary there, and go ahead and roll your head to the left. Go ahead and repeat this movement several times, going just a few degrees. Don't force anything, making it light, smooth, and easy.
You could come back to the center and let everything go and drop into your internal world of sensation to notice what is shifting. What is different now? And you might even notice that the changes aren't only happening in your jaw region, but also maybe through your neck, through your shoulders, through the length of your arms, your breathing muscles, your ribs, your pelvis. Is there any difference in how your left pelvis is making contact with the floor versus the right? Okay, so go ahead and drop the bottom jaw once again and take your jaw to the left and allow your eyes and head to follow. So open the bottom jaw, turn your eyes to the left, and allow your head to follow. And you might even be able to go a little bit further as long as it's comfortable, as long as there's no pushing. You know, when you're like giving your muscle a stretch and you feel that it's kind of a good hurt, we're not going for that right now. We're just going to what is easy and effortless. Okay, let it go. Come back to the center, or should we say your new center. Your orientation may be shifting a little bit to the left. Notice what is the position of your collarbone now. Is one collarbone lower than the other? And it's funny, just as I'm instructing you, I am just thinking through the movements as opposed to actually doing them. And I'm experiencing all the benefits of this lesson just by thinking through the steps in my head. Notice the length of each arm. And notice how it might be easier to actually naturally gap your teeth to allow your lower jaw to simply fall open. Listen to a few rhythms of your breath. Now, are you aware of your breath flowing in and out between your teeth? Also, notice how your peripheral vision may have widened on the side that we're working with. And has anything shifted in the position of your legs and how they're making contact with the ground? Where's your orientation now? Which way is your nose pointed? Which way are your eyes pointed? And very gently, let's retest the rolling of your head. So roll it once so softly to the right, back to the center, and once to the left. And notice if there's a difference in the ease of how easily you could rotate your head to one side and then to the other. Great. Now find your midline. And this is a one-sided lesson. But what I encourage you to do in one-sided lessons is to come up, take a moment in standing, and notice what is different. Oftentimes when we do both sides, we don't notice any changes. So that's the advantage of doing a one-sided lesson, is it increases your awareness of yourself, of the shifts and the changes, so that you can become more aware of what you're holding on to and what your life experience might be like if you let go of those regions. So I encourage you to go for a little walk and then come down, rewind this video, and do it again on the other side. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to hear in the comments below any shifts that you experienced in your body. Thank you.